At 3:30 a.m., the ocean was silent until it wasn't. A U.S. Navy escorted tanker cruising through the Gulf of Aden suddenly found itself surrounded by 250 Somali pirates in high-speed skiffs. No warning, no negotiation, just dozens of fast boats closing in from every direction, turning calm waters into a kill zone. In seconds, a routine transit became a desperate fight for survival in the dead of night, where radar screens lit up like fireworks, sensors screamed with contacts, and every sailor on board understood one thing. If the Navy hesitated, even for a moment, the tanker would be overrun. This wasn't just about one ship. This was about control of one of the most critical shipping lanes on Earth, and whether the pirates had finally found a way to overwhelm U.S. naval power with pure numbers. Now the night watch is on edge. The ocean is hiding something, and the first signs of danger are about to surface. Under a dim sliver of moonlight, the U.S. Navy escorted tanker glides through the Gulf of Aden, one of the most heavily trafficked and most dangerous shipping lanes in the world. The crew is alert but calm. Routine transit, clear skies. But every sailor on board knows the history of these waters. Piracy territory, ambush country. 3:10 a.m. A radar operator squints at the screen. One contact, then two, then 6 fast-moving returns appear at once. They're small, scattered, and coming in quick. At first glance, they look like fishing vessels, but fishing boats don't travel at 30-plus knots. The bridge calls for confirmation. Lookouts step outside, binoculars scanning the dark horizon. Nothing but waves. The ocean feels empty, but the radar is never wrong. 03:20 a.m. Thermal cameras lock onto the contacts. What they reveal changes everything. Dozens of skiffs, packed with armed men, engines screaming across the water. This isn't fishing. This is a hunt. The captain wastes no time. A call goes out to the RHIB-class destroyer escorting alongside. In seconds, alarms blare across the destroyer's decks. General quarters, battle stations, everyone to positions. The tanker tightens internal communications. Security teams move to defensive stations. Lights are dimmed to reduce visibility. The ocean around them begins to feel smaller, trapped. 03:30 a.m. The swarm becomes undeniable. 250 pirates spread across dozens of skiffs, fanning out to cut off every escape route. They're not probing. They're not posturing. They're moving into attack formation. The calm night just turned into a war zone. How do you hold off an attack before it even starts? The ocean's surface churns as dozens of pirate skiffs converge from every direction, their waists slicing through the black water like shark fins. What was once scattered radar blips has formed a loose encirclement, tightening with every passing second. The tanker and its destroyer escort are now the eye of a growing storm. 03:32 a.m. Contacts close to 2 nautical miles. Pirates switch on spotlights, sweeping beams across the waves to intimidate the crew. Some stand on the bows of their skiffs, waving rifles in the air. Others blast orders through loudhailers, daring the tanker to stop or be boarded. The atmosphere shifts from uncertainty to undeniable hostility. The RHIB-class destroyer moves into a defensive posture, positioning itself between the tanker and the densest cluster of skiffs. Over the radio, the destroyer issues final warnings in multiple languages. Turn away now, or you will be engaged. The pirates don't even slow down. 03:35 a.m. The destroyer launches RHIB interceptor teams, small, fast Navy boats armed with machine guns. They tear across the water to intercept the closest skiffs. At the same time, the tanker crew arms every tool they have: fire hoses, flares, and the LRAD, long-range acoustic device, capable of blasting eardrum-shattering sound waves. The pirates respond with chaos. Their radios light up in a frenzy of commands, multiple leaders shouting over one another. The U.S. Navy counters with electronic jamming, disrupting their coordination. But the swarm is too large. Even without cohesion, their momentum doesn't stop. The encirclement tightens. 1 nautical mile, 500 meters. Some skiffs peel off to the tanker's port side. Others speed for the stern. Several attempt to flank the destroyer. The sea is now crawling with hostile vessels, all closing in fast. The crew braces. The water cannons roar to life. Every second feels like the last moment of calm before impact. Can the crew hold the line before the pirates reach the hull? The pirates make their move. A lone skiff breaks formation and charges straight toward the tanker's stern, ignoring spotlights and warning hails. The crew fires flares into the sky, streaks of red light flashing across the dark sea. But the skiff keeps coming, engine screaming. 03:38 a.m. The tanker's security team issues the final verbal warning. No response. They fire warning shots into the water. Instantly, the pirates answer with AK-47 fire. Muzzle flashes ripping through the night. The battle has officially begun. The Arleigh Burke-class destroyer doesn't hesitate. 3:41 a.m. Weapons free. Twin .50 caliber M2. Browning machine guns thunder to life from the destroyer's deck. The heavy guns chew through the lead skiffs, splintering wood and sending pirates diving for cover. But this is only the front wave. More skiffs surge in from the tanker's port side, racing parallel to the hull. Pirates stand and lift boarding ladders, ready to hook the railings. The tanker crew blasts them with high-pressure fire hoses, blasting men off balance. But the pirates cling on with ruthless determination. The destroyer shifts to cover, but the tanker must act. The captain orders a hard turn, 15 knots, full rudder. The massive vessel heaves, throwing up a violent wake. The sudden maneuver creates a roaring wall of water that slams into the nearest skiffs, capsizing some instantly. Steel groans. Waves crash. Gunfire echoes. The swarm refuses to break. They push forward again, relentless, fearless, desperate. As smoke drifts over the black water, one thing becomes clear. This isn't a hit and run. This is an all-out assault. What happens when the swarm refuses to back down? The pirates regroup, circling like predators refusing to abandon the kill. Despite heavy losses, a second wave surges forward, faster, tighter, and more coordinated than before. They know the tanker can't outrun them. They're betting the Navy will run out of angles or ammunition. The destroyer has seen enough. 03:45 a.m. rotors roar to life. An MH-60R Seahawk helicopter lifts off the deck, slicing into the night sky. Within seconds, its searchlight floods the ocean, turning darkness into daylight for hundreds of meters. Pirates scatter in panic, but the helo is just getting started. From above, the crew identifies the skiffs with ladders, RPGs, and heavy weapons. They call out targets to the ship below. Navy snipers, SEAL trained marksmen, take positions. 3:48 a.m., one shot. A pirate engine explodes into flames. Another shot. A skiff spins out of control and slams into another boat. The tanker holds steady, maintaining a predictable course to avoid crossfire. The destroyer maneuvers like a shield, placing its armored hull between the tanker and the densest pirate clusters. But the pirates aren't done. They launch a bold flanking attempt, swinging wide to the starboard side, trying to overwhelm the tanker from an unguarded angle. This time, the Navy is ready. Multiple .50 caliber mounts open fire, turning the water to foam. The helicopter hovers at 200 feet, tracking every movement. The air is filled with tracer fire, engine smoke, and exploding fuel. 03:50 a.m. The order goes out. Deploy RHIBs, capture survivors. Interceptor teams tear across the waves, boarding damaged skiffs and seizing weapons. Pirates surrender, stunned by the speed and precision of the Navy's response. Some skiffs retreat, some sink, but many more hesitate. Caught between fear and desperation, the tide is turning, the swarm is breaking. Or is it, even with pirates falling back, is the battle truly over? By 4 a.m., the ocean that had erupted into chaos only minutes earlier begins to quiet. What was once a screaming wall of engines and gunfire is now a scattered mess of drifting boats, debris, and fleeing pirates. The swarm, 250 men strong, has finally broken. The remaining skiffs throttle hard and retreat into the darkness, disappearing beyond 5 nautical miles. No more spotlights, no more rifles, just silence and the distant hum of the tanker's engines cutting through calm seas once again. The bridge crew exhales for the first time in nearly an hour. Damage control teams sweep the tanker. Result, minor impacts to railings, superficial bullet strikes, but no breaches, no fires, no casualties. For a ship that was nearly boarded by hundreds of armed pirates, it's nothing short of a miracle. On the destroyer, medics tend to stun survivors pulled from the water by RHIB teams. Captured pirates are searched, disarmed, and transferred to secure holding compartments. Among the seized gear, AK-47s, RPG launchers, ladders, bolt cutters, satellite phones, and detailed maps of shipping lanes. This wasn't random, it was planned, and it nearly worked. Navy Command begins their review. How did the pirates coordinate so many skiffs? Who supplied them? Could this happen again, on an even larger scale? Yet despite the questions, one thing is undeniable. Rapid coordination between the tanker, the destroyer, air support, and small boat teams prevented a catastrophic hijacking. The Navy didn't just defend the ship, they sent a message. By sunrise, word of the failed 250-man swarm spreads across maritime networks worldwide. To pirates everywhere, it's a warning. Even your biggest force isn't big enough. But what will happen the next time a swarm grows even bigger? This battle wasn't just a defense, it was a statement. In the dead of night, 250 pirates tried to overwhelm a U.S. Navy escorted tanker with speed, numbers, and fear. But preparation, coordination, and precision turned the tide. The Navy proved that even the largest pirate swarm in recent memory could be stopped cold. The message to the world is clear. Modern piracy is evolving, but so is naval power. And as long as these ships sail, the U.S. Navy stands ready to meet any threat, no matter the odds. If you want more real naval battle stories and high-stakes military confrontations, subscribe and join us on the next mission. Speed, resolve, control. That's how the sea stays safe.